If you watched our last video, you know that we worked on our 12 volt and our solar. Two things we normally don't do. But we're getting ready to install the fantastic fan that our customer wants us to install. Hey, make sure you get down there, like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave me a comment. I appreciate comments. Sometimes I just don't have anything better to do than read and respond to your comments. Appreciate you guys that do that, and gals. So back to the fantastic fan. Go back and watch that last episode if you haven't, and you'll get caught up on the solar, you'll get caught up on the 12 volt, because fantastic fans, at least this one, runs only on 12 volt. The rest of the trailer is wired for 30 amp service. This is not. This does not run on your 110. It runs on 12 volt, which we use solar to trickle charge our deep cycle battery. So, always read the directions. Your fan might be different than this fan. You knew that though. All right, so of course this is the top. It's still got the plastic on it. I'm not trying to scratch anything up. But underneath here you can see the fan. Boy, is it fantastic. I'm so funny today. Now, these are universal. This could work on an $80,000 motorhome, or it could work on this more modest vintage camper, which is way cooler than your giant motorhome. It's true. So, because they want everyone to use these fans, they've got to give you, they call it a clamshell, this and this, or clamp style, clamshell, clamp style, something like that. Hey, pay attention to that, it'll tell you exactly what it is. But anyway, this goes into the roof from the inside, and it provides you a nice trim ring, which I wish I almost didn't have, because the hole I cut is beautiful. I use the router on it. I'm going to show it to you here in a minute, but trim ring, and it's white. That's good. A lot of this camper is white, but this is only going to be the thickness of your ceiling, between your roof and your ceiling. And obviously ours is only 1 inch, and this is about 5 inches, maybe 6. So I don't know who has a 6-inch ceiling in their RV. That'd be a big RV ceiling. So we've got to cut this down, because it clamps in here. Let me get these wires out of the way. Well, let me show you let me give you a quick up close here. It doesn't go on the outside here, which would make perfect sense to me. It goes on the inside, but I'm not Fantastic Rob the Rebuilder. This is a fantastic fan, so we're going to do it fantastically. It goes in this slot right here. Well, this slot is only so deep. And so, whatever distance this, because this is going to sit in, and it's going to sit in, and it's about 1 inch. So we're going to be real close to exactly what we need. So they thought of that. So what they did is they gave you a little extra. So even though this is really about all we're going to need, this has to slip inside of that. Let me tie this up real quick. I guess I should have prepped for my video, but obviously, like every other video, I did not. So this slips in here like that. Now, we have got to measure how deep that goes. So, that's how deep it goes in there. It's about 3/4 of an inch, maybe real close to 1 inch right there. So we've got to take that into consideration when we take our measurement on the inside of our cutout. So I'm going to go and drop this into the ceiling. Then we're going to take a look and see how much is sticking out. And we could really take another measurement right there. And then we could just measure from here down to our line and then measure from down here up. And that should mean that it fits perfectly. Let's try. We're up here on the roof. Look at Curly down there. He's a quality control specialist. That's the life right there. Anyway, enough about my pets. I'm going to take some butyl tape so that we don't have any leaks. Make sure that we're good and strong right here. Really on the butyl tape, if you're not familiar with butyl tape is a look at that. It's an adhesive as well as when you put your screw in through here, it seals out so no water gets in. This stuff, I've seen it on trailers for 30, 40, 50 years and it's just starting to wear out. So, I mean, that's what they still use in the factories today. So we're going to go ahead and continue to use it ourselves. So I want to make sure that our butyl tape is down here. I give it a quick little pull right there with my thumb. It's so hot out here today, especially up here in the roof. And this is very, very sticky material, as you can see. But once you get it going, if you keep it on a very tight angle like this, you'll have, I say that and look how it treats me. You'll have much better success, here we go, pulling it off. And I give it a little tugs like that, and then it comes right off. Little butyl tape tip right there. All right, I'm sure Russ will double time you through these next two. Okay, we've got that set up. Now, make sure that you install this correctly. One end has that flange, that hinge right there. We want to make sure that's to the front. To the front. All right, then we're going to drop this right in here. All right, perfect fit. Perfect fit. Now, I'm just going to take some of these screws right here and make sure man, I don't know, that might be too long. Tell you what, I'm going to measure that because I think these are going to stick through and I don't think that's going to look good. I'll be right back. I took my measurements after I got everything screwed down, tied up on the roof. You probably hear that little humming sound in the background. The fantastic fan is working because it's hot. This is probably the last thing I'm going to do today. It's almost 100 degrees in the shop right now, and we haven't even hit the top of the thermometer yet. It's going up. But anyway, enough about my personal life. Took this measurement. It's about 1 inch. So I went out just about 3/4 just to give me a little room to work in and out of there. And now I have cut 3 sides. I'm just going to cut that last side. And I'll be down at 3/4. Now, is this the best way to do it? No. Is it the way I'm going to do it? Yeah. But, hey, I was going to set up the table saw. So, this is a pretty good compromise in my opinion. There we go. I'm going to clean these edges up real quick, and I'll take you inside and we're going to install it. All right. Look at how beautiful that opening is. Isn't that just beautiful? Pat myself on the back. All right, now, once we've got it dropped in here, we'll we'll take our measurements, we'll wire this, and then we will neatly tuck it in here before we put the rest of the trim piece on. But first, we have got to, let me set this camera down, we've got to measure it. So I brought the trim piece in with me. Let me get these out of the way. That one goes there, this one goes right back up here. All right, get out of there. So, there we go, there we go. Well, as you can see, I did not, there, that's probably better. I didn't put this down and screw it into the roof yet. There it goes. That's much better. And I think that's in now. So I'm going to take my measurement. All four sides should be the same. Oh, that was a bad one. I can do it on this side and use my head. That's what I should have been doing the whole time, using my head. Whoopsie. Hey, welcome to Watch Rob Screw Things Up. It's a great show. There we go. And we'll measure that one right there. We'll just kind of look at all four sides and make sure we're where we need to be. Okay, just a little bit there, a little more there, a little bit there. You know what? That makes me think that I need to go up there and screw that down, at least with a couple of placeholders, just to make sure we're doing this thing right. Trim ring installed. Perfect fit. Looks beautiful. They thought of everything. It wouldn't be fantastic had they not. Well, look here. It opens the lid, everything. You don't even have to open the lid. Opens the lid, turns that thing on. Rush is gonna hate this in editing because it makes a noise. But it's hot. It's so hot. Let me, just in case you're new here and you didn't get to see the 12-volt setup, let me just show it to you real quick. Here we go. As you can probably see, I hope, with my beautiful camera work, right there is our deep cycle gel battery. Very expensive, very good, but it won't put off any fumes. It can be inside. This is where our seating is going to be. Those of you that don't know, this over here is our 30 amp service, and then our wires for our 12 volt go out the wall behind the skin and up here, if you can see that. And there you go. And that's what runs this whole deal. Top source. Or top solar. Top solar. That's a better name for something solar. So the solar would be plugged into it, but you can see right here that it's not. But we're running on pure battery power right now. Still got 12.6 volts we're sending out. That'll run that deal all day. So we'll trickle charge it once it goes down a little bit. But so you can see where the wires go out. Just wanted to, you guys that are new here, or maybe you just missed the last video, that's what's running this whole show. Right there, that battery. And not only is it running this fantastic fan, it's running this fantastic light. And it's not really that fantastic, it's just LED, but it's cool. So hey, that's how you install a fantastic fan. As always, read the directions. I did. It's my first fantastic fan. And look, that wind, that breeze feels fantastic.